Hey, Terry, welcome back to Horse Racing Today, Wednesday's edition. We got to get back on the winning streak. I think we were taken for granted the first week or so when we first got started. Maybe a little bit of beginner's luck on hitting these pick fours.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I haven't done as well as I've been doing. I've missed 2 legs in the last 2 days. So,
Two legs in the last 2 days. How do you run? Ha 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 ha. It reminds me as a kid. I don't know. Did you used to make crank calls when you were a kid? Call people up
yeah,
on the telephone?
yeah, I
Did,
did. Like, is your refrigerator running? Yeah, well,
Mhm.
you should run after it, pick it up.
You better go catch it. Yep, I guess
Yeah.
that's kind of how I felt right there when you said you lost two legs the last
Matter of
couple
fact,
of days.
we did one where we did called an elderly person and had them. We didn't think they could answer the music, what it was,
Hmm.
and if she did, she was going to win a gift. And she answered the rock and roll music. We felt so bad. We pulled our money together and had flowers sent to her.
Ah, you're so kind, Terry.
Yeah, it was, well, we felt really guilty because she was so excited, screaming and yelling, and so we
Yeah,
did.
we used to call bowling alleys. Did you ever do that one?
No,
So we would
no.
call bowling alleys and inquire. We'd ask them, "Do you have 15-pound balls?" They would say yes, and then we would say, "Well, how do you walk?" I'm sorry for that, folks, but it just reminded me. It was kind of funny at the time. Maybe
Yeah.
it looks like it's still funny now. One thing about us guys, we never mature, right? Certain kind of jokes get us every single time,
Yep,
for sure.
that's true.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. Let's talk about something that's not a joke. Well, two things today that aren't a joke, Terry. First of all, Jason Servis takes on the FBI. It seems to me that the FBI is having some struggles these days. They can't catch the guys who blow up the Boston Marathon, although they were warned about them, but somehow they can catch horse racing trainers, apparently with some dishonest wiretapping again. At least that's what Jason Servis alleges.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds like they're saying that they didn't tell the court certain information the court should have, specifically about the fact that he didn't have any horses that failed any post-race drug test. So they're claiming that they're suppressing evidence, and that the court would have made a different ruling if they had all the facts.
Well, what I find interesting here, Tom Carly says these guys, Service and Navarro, just need to accept it. Yeah, I'm sure that eventually that's what they're going to do. This is just, I think, negotiating as to what that acceptance is going to be with the FBI. The funny thing to me in the whole story is that he's like, "Hey, look, man, my horse has never tested negative after a race, but look at Bob Baffert. His
Yeah,
horses test constantly after the race."
yeah.
I'm wondering how much more of that there might be to come as this goes on.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny myself. So, you need to just stand on your own and not bring other people into it. So,
Yeah, I just thought this is pretty funny. As
yeah.
Tom Carly says, he likes how the service attorney mentioned Medina Spirit was DQ'd from the Derby for testing positive. Yeah, this is one of those things where I think, having a universal body of what is accepted and what is not accepted, because as Service mentioned, his horses in some jurisdictions were allowed to use the stuff that they were on. In other jurisdictions, they're not allowed to use the different enhancers, if you will. So if there's a set of rules from coast to coast, border to border, sea to shining sea, perhaps doubtful in my opinion, but perhaps we'll have less of these incidents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it needs to be an even playing field for all concerns.
Yeah, I agree. But maybe I have a suggestion. Maybe the FBI should get back to catching terrorists and maybe letting not so focused on folks in horse racing, although horse racing has to be clean. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about it. Let's talk a little bit about another thing that's we talked a little bit about this before, Terry, here in my area of the country,
Yeah.
and that is the Chicago Bears or the horse racing. Apparently, there's two groups at it now. One group of jockeys and trainers and owners that wants to buy Arlington Park, update it, and put a sports book in it. And then you have the Chicago Bears. So you have two competing interests looking for that land in Arlington Heights, Illinois. If you haven't been there, it's right off the highway by there's a shopping center out there. I forget the name of it right now because I'm a little bit old, but it's right off of Highway 53 and Highway 90, which passes through there. So it's kind of easy to get to. It takes a while to get there from the city, especially if there's traffic, but it is ideally located right behind a train station too. I don't see why some enterprising person can't just say, with all that acreage, let's do both. Let's build a huge football stadium so we can host a Super Bowl, but also let's have a horse racing track and a sports book, and just basically have a complex there that kind of can accomplish both.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. I don't think I know of any place that's like that. So I think it would be one of a kind, and I think it'd really draw a lot of interest and a lot of excitement, get a lot of people in there.
I'm kind of surprised in Chicago that Rosemont's not trying to get in on this, because Rosemont has that sort of, it's kind of independent in its own weird way. It's kind of hard to move there, but getting into the weeds locally, but they're always trying to get a casino. They always want these sorts of things where they can have an entertainment complex and so forth. But I don't see any reason why they couldn't put an entertainment complex there that included the Bears, that included, like I said, horse racing, included a sports book, included a casino, just shopping centers, food. Like I said, there's a mall that's probably 10 minutes from there by car, and it's really never going to be a whole lot of traffic. So there's plenty of eating options, theater. There's a whole lot of stuff to do in that Schaumburg area. If you like to play golf, there's golf courses nearby. So there's quite a bit that you can do out there. And I think it would be a great idea to go ahead and make it a total complex. So if anybody from the area is listening, use your brain, put two and two together, and I think you'll come up with a better solution.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Terry, let's talk a little bit about how did your horses do yesterday, my friend?
Oh, my horses didn't do very well. Outer Banks, number 5, ran 4th. That's second day in a row. My first pick ran 4th. The number 8.
So who's your 4th pick today? So maybe we should start there.
My 4th pick, I don't know. I know what my first, second, and third is. Actually, today I'm going to Saratoga for the race 8. And number 1, Baroness, has been running against tougher foals and doing really well. She should have a fast track, which I think she may like. And then number 4, Casual, likes the distance, finishing 66% of the time in the money, winning 33% of the races. She has finished 70% of the time in the money in her career, and she's won 30% of those races. Number 2, Aunt Cat, which I think is going to be a hard favorite, is going for her 4th win in a row, and she's a sprinter. She may go to the front and never look back.
And this is one of those races. I think that's actually a stakes race, right? If I remember
It
correctly.
is. Yes.
Off the top of my head. So it might be the biggest race on the card today. I think they have 2 of them today, right? They have a New York Stallion Series race and another one. I don't remember, but this is the non-New York Stallion Series race.
Right.
So it should be a good race to watch, I expect. Looks like you got some good picks. I know when I did my handicapping, I like Baroness as my top choice in that race too. So hopefully we go from 4th to 1st again, Terry. They both start with F, so why not?
Yeah, I hope so. I think it's going to turn around today. So
yeah, we do have to turn our luck around today, Terry. Yesterday again, I emailed Terry after the show, and I went with a very inexpensive. I was cracking about the Buffalo Burger instead of the prime rib and the second pick for. And I have, as Tom Carly has said a couple times, I have more Excel sheets than an accountant, and one of them does pace. And the 6 horse rated out as the fastest horse, and for some reason I did not put him in my prime rib pick 4. And afterwards I was just mad as hell. I was swearing. My wife was like, "Why are you swearing? Don't be so mad." I'm like, I shouldn't have missed it. I don't mind getting something wrong, but I hate being stupid, and it was stupid for me to miss it. And so today I'm not going to miss anything, I hope, today at Evangeline Downs, and we'll get back on our winning ways, Terry.
That's right.
So let's take a look at our hot dog prime ribs and let me get this out of here because we don't need this guy in here at all. Let's take a look at our hot dog pick 4 at Evangeline Downs. It starts in race number 5, Terry. And I think from looking at these 4 races that it's pretty much wide open. And I hope that if we hit, we see some better payouts than we've seen the last couple of days.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Be very nice. So
I changed the lookout a little bit here with the races. I changed the races to gray because before I thought they were kind of blending in together, and I the nice colored numbers. I think it looks good, Terry. What do you think about the layout?
Yeah, I like it better because before the 2 looked like it was part of the race 82 instead of race 8. So
Mm.
I think this works a lot better for me at
Yeah, I think
least.
visually it makes it easier to differentiate race to race to race.
Yeah, it sure does.
All right,
So,
tell us what you like, Terry, and why you like them.
well, in the 5th race, the first leg, my top pick is number 4, My Little Adrian, and number has a high percentage jockey, has a highest race speed rating, ran second against similar in last race, has the best dirt speed, and it's close to the. I mean, and then it has a hot jockey in the last 7 days. And then my second pick that I'm using in the first leg is number 7, Sixto. Sixto has a high percent winning jockey and has the best dirt speed among today's starters. So I should go back and say that the 4 horses best dirt speed is close to the average winning speed. Okay, and then my third pick is the number 5, Musical Man. Musical Man has his dirt speed is faster than the average winning speed, and he has a hot jockey combination. The trainer jockey combination in the last 14 days out of 7 mounts has won 4 of those. That's pretty good. Then the second leg,
That'll work.
it does. It does. It works really well. My first choice is number 1, Sandy's Blaze. Has a high percent trainer and a high percent jockey and drops in class today. My second pick is number 4, Greenlee's Banker. And it switches to a high percent jockey, may improve today because they've added blinkers. And my third choice is number 8, Flashy Boy, Bob. And he has a high percentage trainer and switches to a high percentage jockey in addition. And that's the same, has a combination of hot jockey and trainer. Yeah, the jockey trainer is the same one as the first leg. Is 7 mounts, 4 wins. And then my third
they're working race, right now. They're finding the finish wire together.
They're doing very well. They're either winning or running out. My third is the first pick on the 7th race is the number 1, Spellbinding. Spellbinding has a high percent trainer and jockey. Anytime that the trainer gets the horse from a route to a sprint, he wins 29% of them races. And the second pick is number 4, Platinum Queen. Has a high percent jockey, highest last race speed rating. And then the last leg I like as my top pick, number 7. May improve in the 4th start after a layoff, and he ran second to similar horses last race. And then I like the number 2, highest last race speed rating, and it's 33% trainer when it brings back a beaten favorite. So my total race thing today is for the hot dog. Race 5 is 4, 5, and 7. 6 is 1, 4, 8. 7 is 1, 4, and 8 is 2, 7.
And that's not race 82.
No,
that's race 8, number 2. All right. So for me, in my pick 4 for the hot dog variety, it's an $18 ticket. I like Sixto as well as it's my top pick. Jockey Devin Magnon is one of the top jockeys in at sprints. The only thing I'm a little worried about is the horse is more of a closer where the bias is for speed, but it's not a deal killer. Number 5, Mystical Man, trainer Eduardo Ramirez is making the first start off a claim with this horse. That's a 26% angle. The number 4, My Little Adrian, had top last race speed figure, has the best class so far in terms of his performance at Evangeline Downs in this field. 5 races across the Louisiana track with a win, 2 seconds and a third. Also been biting at the distance, hasn't quite gotten the apple yet, but 2 races, 2 seconds, so maybe graduates to the W column today. And number 1 is Optimistic. I think a 20-1 in the morning line. And here, this is kind of a rewind back to what I talked about earlier. it is a distance where 63% of the winners are speed horses. And the one horse, despite being 20-1 odds, when I did my pace analysis, was clearly the fastest horse early on. So, you know, he's run out and faded. I wouldn't be surprised if he runs out and faded again, but I don't want to miss a 20-1 shot that has an opportunity to be on the lead. And then at a distance where if you're on the lead, you can actually win. Race number 6, I went with the 8 as my top pick, Flashy Boy Bob. The horse is having a performance upgrade. If you look at the past performance lines, you'll see that from race to race, the numbers are getting better. So he won last time out in a big fashion. Many times you see horses that win a big race come out and run a good one the next time around as well. The number 1 horse, Sandy Blaze, dropping in class at Evangeline Downs, has 3 races, a win and a third at the distance 5 times, and has 2 wins, a second and a third. So if you also look at the last time, it really improved the early fraction. So I'm happy about that. It's another case where early speed at 6.5 furlongs is the way to go. 63% of the winners have gotten out early, but a full 35% of them have gone wire to wire. So you get to the lead, you got a 35% chance to win. That's one of the top angles you're ever going to see. Looking at the number, then that's the 5 is my third choice. That's Giant Mesa. Is another horse that should be close to the pace. Again, where I've gone through all of the pace scenarios and why that should be important. I'm singling the 1 in this spot. Spellbinding just looks to me by and far the best horse on paper in this race. Maybe one other horse, and it definitely has the top jockey and trainer combo for a turf sprint. Finally, race number 8. I'm going with the 6 as my top pick, Menzel, one of the top jockey trainer combos for sprints. And if you look at those Churchill down fractions, you'll see that it is probably the fastest horse in the field. And again, 5 furlongs, more than 60% of your winners are close to the front, with a third of them winning wire to wire. So if 6 can get to the lead, he may not give it up. Number 2, Custom for Ali, is another horse that shows the past performance step up for me. And when you look at its races, when it's broken from the inside, it's raced very well with a second and a win. So that's that's something you can look at too. Some horses like to break from inside, some like to break from outside. Apparently, Custom for Ali likes to be close to the rail. And then my final pick in this is number 3, Taken for Granted. This horse is working out probably the best of all of them coming into this race. So again, an $18 ticket for me, 4 on top, 3 on 1 is the single. That's going to be the linchpin for me. If the 1 can come through in race 7, maybe we have a pretty good chance to get through on the hot dog pick 4. Let's head on over to the prime red pick 4. Terry, tell us who you added. It looks like you put quite a few new horses in here and why you like them.
Well, on the first leg, I added number 6, Clever Racer. He dueled inside last time, but weakened. And then in the next leg, I added the 5, which is Giant Mesa. Has a high percentage trainer, may improve while returning to the dirt, and has a hot trainer in the last 14 days. Out of 9 entries, he's had 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. And I also added the 7, Park Ridge Benny. He has a high percentage jockey. He has the highest last race speed rating, and also won the last race at Evangeline Downs. He's got the best speed, dirt speed, and is the fastest among today's starter. And he has a hot jockey who has 17 mounts, 5 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. I'm going to stick with the same
collecting that
horses. Money. Yeah. I'm going to stick with the same 2 horses in the 7th race, the 3rd leg, 1 and 4. And then I'm going to add in the last leg, the number 3, which is Taken for Granted. He had a sharp workout on July 27th. And then I'm going to add the number 5, Darling Darren. He had ran a nice second his last race at Evangeline Downs. And then number 6, Menzel, which is, I think, your top pick. He switches to a high percentage jockey. He has the best dirt speed among today's starters. And his jockey in the last 7 days is 20 mounts, 6 wins, 4 seconds, and a third. So my
Another one
ticket
collecting
then,
the money.
yeah, yeah. So my ticket would be first leg 4, 5, 6, 7, second leg 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, third leg 1, 4, and fourth leg 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 for
Looks to
$96.
me like a couple of those races would have been all if I didn't limit your budgetary.
Yeah, they
Number
were.
for me on the fifth race, no changes. I wanted to make sure on the in the hot dog that I got that one in there just in case. In the second leg, I added the 4-horse Greeley's Baller. It's the favorite last time out and did not come through for trainer Carl Broberg. He rebounds with beaten chalk at about 27%. So maybe he can rebound there. In race number 7, I went from singling the number 1 Spellbinding to adding the 4 Platinum at the top. Last race speed figure. It's another one that should be close to the front from start to finish. So perhaps if speed holds up at 7.5 furlongs on the turf, you'll see Platinum over have the opportunity there. And then number 2 is Tecate Time. I'm with the folks from Triple Clowns. They like to go ahead and bet all the alcohol horses, so why not? That's as good an angle as you're going to get. But it's a horse that's making its third start off a layoff, and its resume says that it's got a chance to improve sharply in race 3. If there's a scratch, my other horse in this leg would be instead Blessed Anna, stepping up the past performance ladder and has 3 seconds in 3 races at Evangeline Downs. Another one that's looking to perhaps find its way into the winner's circle for the first time. And in the final leg, I added the 7 Tap the Cat. It's another horse that when you look at the past performance figures, you'll see last time out at the quarter. I don't have the exact numbers. Maybe it was 4th. And last time out was 3rd. Time before that, maybe 4th at the half, 2nd at in the race next to that. So you can see the horse is clearly trending in the right direction and also tied for the last race speed figure. Much like Terry, exactly $96 both ways. Hopefully, unlike what we've seen the last couple of days, if we should hit the prime rib or the hot dog pick 4, we'll actually see payouts that warrant the odds. Yesterday, for example, Terry, as I mentioned, they had the pick 4 that started with a $15 horse over a $42 horse. It only paid $600, which to me seemed like a low number.
Yeah. And I need to make one little correction on my prime rib pick 4. It's not $96. It's $100.
Oh, it's exactly 100.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you told me 96, Terry. I trusted you.
I did. And
Yes,
my math
yes.
was off a little bit. So I just checked it out and it's $100.
There's one good thing about that though, Terry.
What's that?
Every single time we've screwed up the sheets, I think we've won.
We have, yeah.
So maybe I didn't put the number 100 in there on purpose.
Maybe.
The mystery to find out. Hey, maybe we could stick the FBI on it.
Yeah. That'd be a great, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Stuff. They're going to say there's conspiracy here. So
I don't know if you've ever had it happen to you, Terry, but I have had the FBI show up at my door.
One time the FBI talked to me about something in my business, so about some other people, and I can't go into the details, but it was about some price fixing. So yeah, I've been interviewed by them before.
So for me, let me thank you, Jay. If the folks from TVG are watching, just kidding, Chris. But anyway, I was watching. I sold an apartment building, and apparently the person who bought the apartment building and one of my tenants, they had some sort of history together that wasn't positive. Some relationship with daughters, marriages, whatever. So the person bought my building, so the other people who were living in it couldn't buy it, so he could kick them out. Right? I did not know this.
Yeah.
So he bought the building. I don't know how he secured the money from what I understand. And from what I understand, they did not make payments or something. I don't know. And then tried to claim that I provided like a cash bonus for them to pay the building. I was like, what? So I was kind of shocked when Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith showed up at my door.
Yeah. I understand. I was shocked too when they talked to me. And fortunately, I had nothing to do with the price fixing. And so I was asked to be a witness and said I would be, but then they settled out of court or, took a plea agreement of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that's never fun when you see the guys and they do dress up like they do in the movie Men in Black. Two guys showed up, black suit, white shirt, black
yeah,
tie. I was like, wait, what is this?
yeah.
You got a wand? I'm not going to remember anything afterwards. Maybe that explains why I can't remember anything anymore, Terry. It's finally taken effect.
It could have, yeah, that's sure. So,
All right, Terry and I will be back tomorrow. We're going to go big time tomorrow over at Del Mar Racetrack. They got some deep fields for our pick four, Terry, so I'm looking forward to that. I think they have at least one stakes race tomorrow too, right?
yeah, they do, and it's the third leg of the pick four, so that'll be nice.
It will be nice indeed.
I think the first leg is 14 horses with also eligibles, and the last race is the same way, and that stakes race has 9 horses. So,
So we know we agree with you, Jay. You have a great day as well. Everybody listen, have a great day, and we will see you in the winner's circle. Maybe I'm going to use that for my closing line from now, if you don't mind, Jay. It would be a perfect one. So, all right, Terry. Well, that wraps up today. We'll see you 23 hours and 30 minutes for now. For everybody who's out there, as always, good luck at the races. And hey, Jay, we'll see you in the winner's circle.
all right, goodbye. He's been trying.